What do you think people die from most often? Statistically, the most common cause of death is cardiovascular disease. Over 50% is a really huge problem in the 21st century. But this problem can be solved if you know a few simple principles. In this video, I'm going to talk about the basic foods that cleanse your blood vessels. If you just know and follow these simple rules, you will live a lot longer and a lot better. So watch this video to the end. It will be very useful and interesting. Our circulatory system can be compared to roads. Only cars move on the roads, but our blood moves through our blood vessels. If for some reason our blood vessel becomes blocked, a blood clot will form. If a cholesterol plaque, there is local inflammation, and a blood clot forms. And at any time that clot can break off. But the thing is, the clot can form in a wide artery, and then it could travel through the bloodstream into a narrower artery. If somewhere in the narrow artery it clogs up the whole bloodstream, it's a disaster. If it happens in the brain, the person has a stroke. If it happens in the heart, he will have a myocardial infarction. This is what causes over 50% of the people on this planet to die. But if you include certain foods in your daily diet, it will greatly reduce the likelihood of these problems. What are those foods? The first product is pomegranate. It is probably one of the best fruits for preventing cardiovascular disease. It's much better to eat fresh pomegranate than to consume pomegranate juice. Pomegranate improves your lipid profile and normalizes cholesterol levels, and it also diffuses your blood. The next product is persimmons. It contains a very high amount of polyphenols and they're very good for your cholesterol levels. Also, persimmons have a pronounced orange color. This indicates that it contains a lot of beta-carotene. Also, persimmons have a lot of magnesium, and you have to take magnesium for everybody because magnesium is the #1 mineral for our hearts. Moving on, watermelon. Watermelon contains a special amino acid, L-citrulline. It is this amino acid that helps our bodies produce nitric acid. Nitric acid, in turn, is very good for dilating our blood vessels and lowering blood pressure. And those people who regularly consume watermelon get a good dose of this amino acid. And among these people, they are less likely to have problems with high blood pressure. Moving on, fish. Fish in general is one of the healthiest sources of protein. Salmon, in particular, will be useful, because this type of fish contains a lot of omega-3, and many times it has been proven how positive omega-3 affects our hearts and blood vessels. Of course, omega-3 can also be consumed in the form of supplements, but fish should certainly not be excluded either. The next product is orange juice. A large study has been done and it has been proven that consuming 2 glasses of orange juice every day has been shown to significantly reduce blood pressure, and also the substances that are in orange juice normalize our cholesterol. So it would be a very healthy habit to drink orange juice every breakfast. Moving on, apples. Apples contain a lot of fiber, but on top of that, apples are also very high in a substance like a pectin, and it's the pectin helps normalize our cholesterol. That's why doctors very often recommend people suffering from cardiovascular diseases to eat apples regularly. Next item, tomatoes. Tomatoes are very rich in magnesium, which is very good for our hearts, and they also contain lycopene, which is a special antioxidant, which is very good for our blood vessels, and you can use tomatoes in any form, raw or cooked. as you like. The next item is garlic. Of course, it has a certain smell, and if you eat a lot of garlic, you might even get a little sick to your stomach. So you can use it in a cooked form. Garlic is great not only for infections but also for garlic is excellent not only for infections but also for cardiovascular problems. It contains nitric oxide, which is very good for our arteries. It lowers blood pressure and prevents blood clots from forming. Moving on, do you know which European country has a much lower incidence from cardiovascular disease? It's Greece. And scientists wondered what was so special about Greece, and it turned out that the reason is their daily diet. Greeks eat a lot of walnuts and olive oil, and it has been proven that these two products are very good for our hearts and blood vessels. They can be consumed together in the form of a salad, for example, mixing them with greens. Friends, please write in the comments which of these foods you knew. Oatmeal. It's no coincidence that people often eat oatmeal every breakfast. Even some oatmeal manufacturers write on the package about its benefits for the heart, and they can really make that claim. Oatmeal really is a very healthy product. It is rich in fiber, which improves your cholesterol profile. Also, eating fiber leads to lower blood sugar, and, in general, eating oatmeal for breakfast would be a great idea. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. You'll find a lot more useful information below the video. All the best to you.